Savannah Chrisley disses Kyle and critics in appeal update. Chrisley knows best alum Savannah Chrisley might, in a few candid words, have explained why she won't allow her half-brother, Kyle Chrisley, to meet with Chloe 11. Additionally, the reality TV star got snarky with critics of her mom and dad, Todd and Julie Chrisley, after their oral appeal. Savannah Chrisley talked about Kyle, Chloe, and critics. Chloe is the biological daughter of Kyle Chrisley and Angela Johnson. At one stage, she wanted to get custody of her daughter, but as Todd and Julie Chrisley adopted Chloe, she couldn't do anything about not co-parenting. These days, with Todd and Julie in prison for fraud and tax-related crimes, Savannah is Chloe's legal guardian. Savannah Chrisley took to her vlog to talk about an update on her mom, Julie, after the Court of Appeal heard oral arguments. Julie's case was remanded back to the district court because of a lack of evidence of fraud relating to certain years. So she will be resentenced, and her family hopes that she can go home soon. Critics dissed by Todd's daughter. In her recent update on her Unlocked podcast, Todd Chrisley's daughter spoke a lot about Chloe. It related to how she didn't know what she should tell her little sister about her mom and dad. However, she admitted that the child's innocence was blown years ago, and she specifically called Kyle and Angela Johnson pieces of garbage when it came to parenting. That came at the 350 mark in the video below. Next, as an OP on Reddit pointed out, Savannah Chrisley got snarky with critics of her mom and dad. The Chrisley Knows Best critic wrote, "The part where the OP talked about people calling them out for doing illegal things came when Savannah Chrisley talked about how the system has absolutely they just don't care about families." Then she spoke about people who talked about how parents shouldn't go to prison in the first place. Irritated, she held up her hands, nodded, and said, "Well, Karens just back off." Chrisley Knows Best critics react on Reddit. Reddit isn't as friendly a place as Instagram because it's not so easy for people to moderate what is shown. So many people agreed that Kyle's half-sister shouldn't have called everyone Karens. Here are some reactions. "I think the Karens are this family, and anyone else, that pretends Todd and Julie did nothing wrong and shouldn't be in jail. Karen, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. This isn't even a situation where they did it out of desperation for their family. It was just good old-fashioned greed. Wouldn't you just love to see a profiler's report of her personality? Karen is blaming the Karens. And these people portrayed themselves as humble and responsible. What a freaking shame." What are your thoughts on Savannah Chrisley calling Kyle and Chloe's biological mom pieces of garbage? What about dissing critics who feel people shouldn't complain if they commit a crime? Savannah Chrisley was always known for her quick wit and unapologetic confidence. But recently, the Chrisley Knows Best star has taken a stand that has stunned both her fans and critics alike. In a bold, no-holds-barred update about her ongoing legal battles and personal life, Savannah took to social media and released a statement that quickly went viral. The post was not only an update about her appeal process, but also a fiery response to some of the harshest critics in her life, including her brother Kyle. Savannah's post came after months of silence on the matter, leaving fans speculating about her next steps. For weeks, the Chrisley family had been in turmoil. Their patriarch, Todd Chrisley, and his wife, Julie, had been convicted on federal charges of tax evasion and fraud, leading to a media frenzy and deep personal consequences for the entire family. While many expected Savannah to buckle under the pressure, she proved time and again that she was made of sterner stuff. But no one was prepared for what came next. The appeal update, a family divided. Savannah's update on her legal appeal was packed with raw emotion, but it also revealed the cracks that were starting to form within the family dynamic. For Savannah, the ordeal wasn't just about defending her family's honor, but also navigating the complicated terrain of public opinion and sibling rivalry. Her appeal was still ongoing, and there was no clear timeline for resolution, but her resolve was as firm as ever. "My legal journey isn't just about defending myself," Savannah wrote. "It's about standing for what is right, no matter how messy or uncomfortable it may get. It's about fighting for my family and my future. I'll keep fighting until the truth comes to light, and we all get the justice we deserve." She went on to detail how exhausting and draining the legal battles had been, but despite everything, her confidence remained intact. "I know who I am. I know where I come from, and I know what my family stands for. They're not perfect. No one is. But we have always tried to do the right thing." Yet it was her sharp words aimed directly at her brother, Kyle Chrisley, that caught most people off guard. Savannah had been quiet about Kyle's public comments on their parents' legal troubles, but it seemed she had finally reached her breaking point. Savannah versus Kyle, a sibling showdown. Kyle, who has had his own tumultuous relationship with the Chrisley family over the years, had made several pointed remarks regarding their legal troubles. In recent interviews, Kyle had made it clear that he felt the family had made mistakes, and that Todd and Julie should take full responsibility for their actions. While Savannah had always been supportive of her parents, her brother's blunt public statements had drawn a line in the sand. In her post, Savannah didn't mince words. "To those who have turned their backs on us, especially my own brother, I have to ask, how does that help anyone?" Savannah wrote, "It's easy to throw stones from the sidelines, but it takes real strength to stand in the ring with your family, to fight, and to protect those you love. For someone who's been through so much, it's heartbreaking to see him fall into the trap of being a critic instead of being part of the solution." Savannah continued by saying that, despite their differences, family was everything to her. "I've always believed in the power of forgiveness. I'm not perfect, and neither is anyone else. But we have to stand together. We're all we've got." She didn't stop there. The post also included a pointed message to the critics who had taken the opportunity to tear down her family at their lowest point. Over the years, Savannah had become an easy target for those who like to mock the Chrisley family's Southern roots, reality TV fame, and wealth. But Savannah made it clear she was not going to let them win. Addressing the critics, "Keep watching." Savannah's words to her critics were a mixture of defiance and subtle mockery. "To the haters who think they know my family better than we know ourselves, I'll just say this. Keep watching," she wrote, adding a sassy wink emoji. "Keep watching and keep talking. But when all this is over and the truth comes to light, I'll still be standing. And I'm not going anywhere." Savannah's defiance and confidence were clear. She wasn't just fighting for her family's reputation. She was defending her own identity and role in the ongoing saga. "I've built my life on hard work and resilience," she said. "I've had my struggles, and I'll continue to face them head-on. But I'm not going to let anyone rewrite my story." Her words were a testament to how far she had come, both personally and professionally. Savannah had already established herself as a social media mogul, influencer, and even a podcast host with her show, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, where she gave followers a glimpse into her personal struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. Savannah's future, a new era. As for the future, Savannah made it clear she was focused on what was next. Whether that meant continuing her appeal process or focusing on her brand, she was ready to turn the page and step into the next chapter of her life. "I'm not here to dwell in the past. Yes, this is hard. Yes, it's frustrating. But it's also a learning experience," she said. "I have big dreams, and I'm not going to let anything or anyone get in my way." Savannah ended her post with a message of hope and strength. Thank you to all the people who have supported me and my family through all of this. You're the reason I keep going. You remind me that love and loyalty are more important than anything else. For those following her journey, it was clear that Savannah Chrisley was not backing down. With her signature mix of confidence, fire, and vulnerability, she was ready to take on whatever came next. Whether it was dealing with her complicated family dynamics, appealing her case, or simply showing the world that she was more than just a reality TV star, she was a force to be reckoned with. As the drama continues to unfold, one thing is certain: Savannah Chrisley's voice is only getting louder, and she's not going to let anyone silence her.